Alright, what is up, you guys? The Sandman here, back at it again. And shout out to whoever suggested this song. This is Brompton Cocktail by Avenged Sevenfold. Um, these guys have been kicking ass on this channel, man. These guys have impressed me a lot. From Bat Country to Gunslinger to, I think, Beast and the Harlot, if I think that's what it's called. So I got a few of these guys' songs up on my channel. First time reactions, obviously. But there's a lot to be said about M Shadow's vocals. Really melodic, very aggressive, very unique sounding, universally well liked. I feel like his type of voice because it's got a bit of everything. Sinister Gates, a very underrated guitar player. Obviously not in the modern metal circles so much, but just in general. I mean, his name needs to be up there with some of the best, especially in this era. He's got great melodies, a very technically gifted player. He went to Berkeley School of Music, so I mean, the guy knows his stuff, man. Um, of course, the Rev, rest in peace. He was doing his thing. Great backing vocalist in his own right, and some killer drumming on the last song that I reacted to on the channel. I forgot if it was Beast and the Harlot or Gunslinger, but the drumming on that track was phenomenal. And of course, Johnny Christ doing his thing on the bass. So I mean, these guys are a very stacked lineup. They deserve the success that they've been able to receive. And this is from their self-titled album, I believe, and that had some really great songs on it. So um, I don't know what to expect, but that's what makes this all the better. Let's go, Brompton Cocktail. Let's get it. I feel like I'm in the jungle getting stalked by something. A tribal feel to it. It's different. Wow, that is not what I was expecting, man. That is one of the sickest intros I've ever heard. It's one of the most brutal intro riffs I've ever heard, man. I gotta start that whole thing over. That was insane. That got me really hyped. It's 2 a.m. I feel like going to the gym. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna start this part back again, but man, I love that orchestra, that those violins in the background during this part of the verse. Um, Sounds so nice. Very epic sound, and I know the song started off as a banger, and like this first riff, the Shadows' vocals have been really nice. They've been actually really beautiful in like this track, man. Um, and they've quick changes too. Like they're doing like quick blocks of instrumental sections mid verse. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like you would expect that first like verse part to like go on like for another however many measures it took just again, but then they switch the section again and they play like that more heavy riff, and then boom, the triplets, and then boom to the sort of the more wailing vocals again, and then now they just melt it down to this part, and some killer backing vocals too. I mean, this is a really unpredictable song, but it's just so amazing, and some really powerful lyrics as well. That's why I'm trying to pay attention to the lyrics, and I'm not trying to get lost in the music too much because I feel like you got to pay attention to what they're saying here. I love this part.
My choice will save me from this life. Please don't question why my sins have been forgotten. I believe I'll find peace in afterlife. Please don't question why.
Oh man. Well, I don't know if there's gonna be another solo. I feel like that was just a little mini solo. I think that might be it. Because on this album, the solos aren't really super long and extensive. Unless Afterlife, obviously, with the exception of Afterlife. I don't remember if that's on this album or not. But the wailing notes that Gates is playing just blends so well with the vocals. It's like almost mimicking the vocals. It's like really cool effect.
Please don't question why.
So he's like, I love this. Oh, well, that's it. Oh. Unbound, The Wild Ride. Maybe that should be the next one. But, anyways, Brompton Cocktail, man. Fantastic track. Absolutely killer track. You know, the straight from the intro, probably the best Sevenfold intro I've heard. Just intro riff, at least. Sick. Absolutely sick. Just killer, man. Hard hitting, very heavy, very brutal intro riff, man. I love how they set it up too with like the jungle. It's like you being stalked by something, right? But like when the song goes on, you get to have a sense of like what's like the power behind these lyrics, because maybe the jungle is like, maybe it's like a military setting. You know what I mean? Like in the jungle, of Vietnam or whatever. Um, and you're like severely injured, like you need to just get that last dose of whatever just to keep you up before death sweeps you away. You know what I mean? Um, so honestly, that's just something I just thought of. But anyways, like throughout this song, man, it's a lot of changes, a lot of changes, quick changes, and I feel like with this song, it's 4 minutes 13 seconds. It went by super fast. I mean, they could have made this 8 9 minutes long, and it would probably be one of the best songs I've ever heard. Metal, period. Like if they made this somehow like a epic track with like they savor those like sections, like those orchestral sections, like those they kind of transitioned really fast, right? Which is great, which is great if you want to, for this time, like 4 4 13, you know what I mean, quick changes, get kind of keep that intensity of like death approaching, right? Your thoughts are scattered, everything's like your life is flashing before your eyes and you're just reflecting on stuff. I think that's a really cool effect that it has. But like if they were to able to somehow give like a just double the length, man, just make it longer, because I did not want this to end, really. I mean, it was a fantastic track. um I lyrically, yeah, great, man. Brompton, very powerful lyrics. That line where it's like, I want to die how I wanna, and leave this world how I came, just so alive. It's a really powerful quote. It's just like, just thought of how you want to go out, right? Kind of parallels how you want to live your life. Do you want to live your life like each day you're like you're willing to, I don't know how to explain it, but like you're willing to go out on your shield, you know what I mean? You're going out fighting, you're going out just taking a stand for something, you know what I mean? Or just making your last stand instead of just withering away and just kind of cowering away and just kind of letting it come and take you away. No, just meeting it in its face. You know what I'm saying? Um, or just numbing it, or maybe you're fearful of what's to come, how it's gonna feel like. So you just want something to mask everything, and then maybe that mask obviously is probably better for you, maybe because you're shot up, you're numb to the pain. It doesn't Death doesn't really feel like death anymore. So maybe it's just that's just the way you have to do things. You know what I'm saying? Because the alternative, just doing it the normal way, is not taking any sort of, not taking the Brompton cocktail. Maybe that's just something that once we reach that point, we realize we should have had something like that to just shoot ourselves up with. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. A little bit morbid to think about, but it's a really cool song and it provokes a lot of thought. These lyrics, man. But I like this section too. There's like a lot of trademarks here. Like, Shadow's vocals, like in the parentheses here throughout the song, even from like the very first verse, like right here, the backing vocals are such a beautiful harmony. The harmonies from the backing vocals are really insane, really nice. Um, and there's some like Avenged Sevenfold trademarks that I start to notice, right? Like this section, like that, where the instruments, they're kind of like melted and jagged, right? They have the chugs, like the metal, like in metalcore, right? This very medical, not medical, metalcore influenced album, right? With you have the chugs when like dum dum dum, and you have the really cool like orchestra that comes in like scattered like in little bits and pieces here and there. Um, but then it just, all the instrumentation just melts away into like a wave of melody, like right when this part comes in. So, and this part is also really cool because just wailing, right? um Shadows really puts a lot of emotion here, but then it switches and it melts away. See, jagged melting, everything comes together. And then right back into the more percussive elements of the song. So it's really cool. A lot of rhythmic changes that are really do the job here. There was one kind of like tonality that he uses that I noticed. Like where they have like the riff, just kind of they have the new riff. then bam, right into the I don't know if you call it triplets or whatever. I don't think it's triplets. I don't know. I don't know what to say. 16th notes, but bam, just the same outline, just boom, jet, just bump up the intensity right there, and you have like the nasally sound that Shadows does, which I noticed is like it's like he likes doing that in a lot of his songs. It's a cool twist. It's a cool technique that he trade. It's kind of unique to him, really. I don't really see anyone else pulling it off the way he does in this music, man. But yeah, and then there's this really cool bridge right here.
Forgiven, and I believe my choice will save me from this life. Please don't question why my sins have been forgotten. I believe.
Yeah, just a nice. It's kind of like this coming to peace, right? The way he's singing, it reminds you of coming to peace. Like even how he says, like, I believe my sins have been forgiven. I believe I'll find peace in afterlife. It's kind of like a coming to peace and coming to terms with things. You know what I mean? But like, that's kind of the vocals are like the cocktail effect, right? You're numb to it. You're kind of like on cloud nine and just kind of floating along, waiting for life to take its course or death to take its course. Then in the background, you have like the the instruments where it's like your body like fighting to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really cool contrast there. Um, but yeah, man. And right away, I remember on the beginning of the song too. One of the just everything about the beginning half of this, like the beginning like fourth of the song, is just spectacular. Like right here.
I'm dying.
Like look at that, just hear that. Like it's, and I like how like you got to hear Shadow's like weight on his vocals. Like in between vocals, you got to hear him wait in the midst of the verse. Well, I don't really notice the up like I can't really describe anything else kind of like this where he just like letting his voice cut off and then let the instrumentation simmer, and then bam into the next line. Even in this song, it's kind of like only happens in two spots. This and I think one more spot, but usually you see with Bat Country other songs like it's like boom boom boom. He's kind of trailing on with the vocals, just getting it out there, like outlining the instrumentation. But I love how they give him the opportunity to do that here, and it's just fantastic. I wish they, this is the part like where I especially wish if they were to make the song longer, they would have replicated, like just doubled it up. You know what I mean? But man, this is a song I got to listen to multiple times. A lot of changes, a lot of switches going on. Got to wrap my head around it, man. But overall, very creative. These guys are so creative, man. They got a unique sound. They do these things unique to them. That's really dope. Um, but yeah, fantastic lyrics, man. Great stuff to think about, just from a philosophical standpoint, man. Just self reflection, whatever. Um, yeah, rhythmically great changes. Like I'm sure like the Rev had some say in like how he wanted to play this. Man, he's probably having fun like switching it up in the middle of the song. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but it's great. It's really great, man. And obviously, killer intro riff. A lot to love about this, man. This one's gonna grow on me for sure. One of the most interesting songs I've heard, but in a great way. Nothing but positive things to say about this. So I only wish it was longer, and I wish the stuff that I were amazing just blew me away. I wish they would have like done it more, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, you can't ask for too much in this life. So that's Brompton Cocktail. Shout out to whoever recommended this, man. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Peace out.